honestly, so so I have a cousin. でもすごいわ、まあ面白い話やからね、言って、ストップしたのにもかかわらず、また前進というか、残り30センチで前進するのは頭おかしいじゃん。this is a different cousin. Thankfully, this is a different cousin. But I have a cousin, and this cousin is really nice. I love my cousin. So I love my cousins. You know, they're like family. They're like my brothers. You know, and like, honestly, to me, like they are They are like my 大事な家族ね。my 大事な family なんですよ。And so my cousin, he invited me to this thing. And like it was like a kind of like a reception, like a pretty like high class reception and everything like that. And it was like, oh, this is really nice, and like let's go. And I was excited, you know, but I'm not 100% like I'm not 100% with culture, you know. I'm not 100% there. There are some things where I will not like see or notice. Yeah, there's some things that I will notice, there's some things that I won't notice. So for me, it's always kind of like a nervous experience, you know. It's kind of nervous when, especially if it's like a high class outing where you have to be proper in pretty much everything that you do. It's always one of those things where you're like, oh, I gotta pay attention, I gotta focus, I gotta pretend, you know, to be, you know, normal and stuff, and I have to, you know, all that kind of stuff. And I'm not an extrovert, so it's even worse for me there. But I was excited because it was like an invitation. And yeah, since it's my cousin, it's like I know I have someone I trust for sure. And with my life, no less. And so, you know, it's really cool. It was really cool. I was very excited. And so we hopped on the car and he was driving. And we go out on the freeway. And it was complete traffic. Bumper to bumper traffic. Bumper to bumper traffic, right? And it's slow. It's so slow. And I was responding to an email in the passenger seat, and he was driving, and I didn't notice that he was getting sleepy. I had no idea. I was kind of looking at my phone. I was responding to an email, reading it back and all that, and it seemed that he was getting sleepy. We're in stop and go, complete bumper and bumper traffic. And I mean really, really slow traffic. Like really slow traffic. Right? And like it's really slow. So I kind of understand why someone would be slightly sleepy, you know? But he's in the car, he's driving. And then I think like he nodded off slightly, right? And I noticed. For the first time, I noticed, and I was like, oh goodness, it's still going. Mind you, our cars are going like 1 mile per hour. Like it's crawling, right? It is crawling, but it is still going past the point where you'd expect to brake, right? Because I noticed that we are going very slowly at 1 mile per hour towards the car in front. And I'm like, yo, wake up! I'm like, cousin, wake up! Wake up! You know, like, I'm like, because he should have stopped. He should have stopped by now. I noticed. I realized from my phone. I was like, yo, bro, stop the car. And he wakes up. And he slams on the brake. I smack him awake. He wakes up, he slams on the brake, and we are 30 centimeters away. We are 30 centimeters away from the car in front, and I'm sighing from relief. I'm like, whoo, that was scary. That was so scary. We are 30 seconds away. That was so scary. I'm like, whoo, sighing from relief. He wakes up, and then as he slammed on the brake, then he slams on the axle. And what was a save for 1 second, it was a save for 1 second. He brakes and he axles, and then it's just like, what are you doing? And at 1 mile per hour, with 30 centimeters left from the car in front, we bump into the car in front. We bump into the car in front at 1 mile per hour. Now, mind you, 1 mile per hour is still 1 mile per hour. If you tap a car in front of you at 1 mile per hour, it doesn't matter that it's 1 mile per hour. You still have to go off to the side. You still have to see if everyone is okay, if everyone is good. You still have to call the police. You still have to do all the things. That is just proper etiquette. That is just proper, adulting. That is what you have to do, But it is 30 seconds away, and it is 1 mile per hour, and it is an entire protocol of, making sure everyone is okay after a 1 mile per hour nudge, right? Because that is the right thing, and that is the thing to do. And we do all the things, but literally, if he just stopped at the stop, like if he just kept it at the break, we would not have to do any of this. And it was like, in hindsight, to be honest, it's one of those things where, like, because of the circumstances, because it's my cousin, because of the circumstances, because of how stupid everything is. It's just so stupid. It is just so dumb. Everything about it is dumb. Like 30 centimeters away, he stopped. He was able to stop, and he was still groggy, so he pressed on the axle instead because he thought he pressed the wrong pedal, even though we stopped. And that whole sequence of just stupidity, just genuine, like, oh my god, this is so dumb, is just so funny, in hindsight, after everything is, like, completely okay. And it almost sounds, it just sounds like, it just sounds stupid, it just sounds stupid. Bro, he braked, he saved it. He saved it. He saved it for 1 second, and then he lost it. The people in front of us were totally chill. They weren't hurt at all. We made sure, and the police made sure too. So police came by and made sure. This is in Japan, so the police came by, made sure any injuries, anything, any damage. The cars weren't damaged at all. Again, because this was a tap at like 30 centimeter distance, 1 mile per hour type of tap. Because immediately after he pressed the axle, he pressed the brake again. So it's like, it's one of those things where it's just really, really dumb. Where just no one is hurt, there's no damage. Police were there, said everyone was okay, everyone was involved, and then it's the best case scenario. It's the best case ending, best case scenario for what it is. But it also is the dumbest case scenario. Yeah, accelerated is yes, exactly. And it was literally pause, unpause, pause. That is all it was. And it's still contacted, and as long as you contact a car, that's it. That is all that matters. Like, you contacted the car, then that's it. You have to go to the side. You have to do all the things, like, it depends on the country too, but like, that is the right thing to do, and did we miss the reception? We were late. Like, we were pretty late